Ladles and Jelly Spoons. It's Tim Down for Living with MS in Tenerife. It says we're live, so we must be live. But it'll take about 30 seconds before I'll see it down here. But if you're on, hello, my name's Tim. Meetup Monday was cancelled today because nobody registered. But I thought I'll go out anyway. Christina stayed at home, she sends her love. And I walked around the village, and on Monday there's not a lot open. So I ended up in Monte Cristo. They just finished their Sticky 13. I think it was shared by everybody because they were all moist and sticky at the same time. And what else we got? Oh yeah, I am live. Let me just turn this off. So as you can see, the sun's just gone in. I mean, the clouds came over about 2 minutes ago. The wind whipped up a little bit. And so we're a little bit, what's the word? It's a little bit cooler, And then I was setting up. I thought, I'm on my own tonight, got nobody to talk to, Billy no mates. Then Webby came up to me and said, I'll come out later and say hello. And all of a sudden I get a message from an old friend. We haven't seen him for a year and a half on Meetup Monday, Adrian and Jane. And so they've come over and he says, we're going to pop in for a quick pint before we go back to, where are you?
Salvaje Principe.
The Bahia Principe. Oh, very nice. Very posh. Very posh. So Adrian says he's going to say hello. Jane says hi, but doesn't want to be on it. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. So I'm going to give you a microphone. So this magnet goes under your shirt, and that clips on around about here somewhere.
Yeah, not a problem.
Stick it over the coffee. Stick it over the...
It can't.
Yeah?
Because he has a nice CD in that site.
Oh, you did?
So you turn me off.
I'll turn him off.
Completely.
It's not a big magnet.
No, that's
not
not
big.
quite fun.
So Adrian's going to be here. He's going to have a quick pint, and I'm going to have a pint as well. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Jane, give me one of your little maps, please. I'm dripping.
So don't forget you're mic'd up so everybody can hear everybody. Oh, that's good.
Bosa pasa.
Oh, coasters.
Yeah.
They bring their own beer mats here. So let's see who's on. Loads of people are on. Jeff's on. Jeff. You know what I'm going to do? Oh, look at this. That if that's not a great beer mat, I don't know what is. With silver and everything. Oh.
You can wash it.
And purple. You can wash them as well.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So I'm just going to check because I seem to be peaking a little bit maybe. No, it's perfect. It is perfect because what I did, I've set the microphone up now that when I'm shouting, it doesn't peak. But when I'm speaking quietly, maybe I'm a bit too quiet. So you let me know what the sound's like and I'll see what this is. Charlie says, evening everyone, did you catch the Northern Lights last night? They were supposed to be on show again. I didn't, because we're near the equator. He says, Julie, Mark, Craig, Steve Carroll, Marialty, Pearson's are on, Jeff, everybody's on. Fiona Dillon's on, Julie Wade, evening. Pearson's, Michelle T. Barry Oliver, I will be over on Wednesday for a week. Looking forward to it. Let me know if you're coming on Monday or if you want to meet up another day. Willie's on. Got news we just booked to come in October. Cool dude. Kerry Ash is on. And evening Tim. Nobody said anything about the mic yet. What do you think? Good for shouting? 18 bananas for a bob. That'll do, won't it? So we're going to see if we can get Adrian in the shot. So I'm going to have to turn the camera slightly. So there you go. No, I'm just going to turn the camera. So. And you're going to have to come next to me.
Yeah, not a problem, Tim.
So you got to get in, if you can see yourself in that.
Yeah, well, if you look, yeah, that's
this one here,
yeah,
there you go.
Pretty good.
That's live.
Yeah.
That is 30 seconds behind.
Okay.
So, but this is where, when you want to talk to the people, you look in the lens, obviously. So this is Adrian and Jane. Jane's over here. Adrian.
Yes.
Pleasure to see you again.
And you, Tim. And you.
And I know you've been out and about.
Yeah.
And you weren't sure whether you're going to make it for tonight, and that's why you didn't register.
Yeah.
But it was great for you to get in touch. You actually made it about 30 seconds before I go into do not disturb mode, right? So I think God wants us to meet up, right? There you go. Good. There you go. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's it.
So, Adrian, for those of people who've totally forgotten who you are,
And I'm sure the majority of them have.
who
Yes.
are you and where are you from?
Well, my name's Adrian. I'm from Northern Ireland, and we've been on the island now just over a week and a half. Unfortunately, we're going home on Thursday.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, but we're hoping to come back in June.
okay.
We come here 3 or 4 times a year, and usually spend at least the month of September on the island.
That's
So,
cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's fantastic.
And from Northern Ireland, are you classed as non-Europeans now?
Correct answer. But we're in the very privileged position of being able to have dual citizenship.
Ah, so you got Irish passports as well.
Well, we don't actually have at the moment, but we can avail of them. So it gives us the unique position of being British and Irish passport holders at the same time. So we can dispense with all this 90-day rubbish and everything else that's causing major problems.
But the thing is,
the
you
moment.
probably don't come for 90 days at the moment, do you?
We don't at the moment, but
So
long term, that's probably going to happen at some stage.
You're right, because you're going to be wanting to come more often when.
Well, we're approaching retirement now, so we're talking long-term plans, and this is possibly one of them that we would become. I would like to become residents. Jane's very keen, I'm I'll be 55 very shortly, and Jane's about to receive her bus pass, so it'll be sooner rather than later.
Okay.
And that the availability of the Irish passport is going to help.
That will help immensely. And I saw just before I went live that Rishi Sunak is announcing a new Northern Ireland trade deal.
Apparently,
We don't want to get too political on the channel. Have you heard anything about that?
I haven't actually. No, I've just seen a few news headlines, but I'm not sure of the detail.
You're not holding your breath.
But as with everything in Northern Ireland, there's bound to be at least
You're not holding your breath.
a dispute somewhere around
Exactly.
it. Nothing's ever
Teeth
simple.
will be provided.
Absolutely.
Oh my golly gosh. So, ladles and jelly spoons, here we are. And I've got the big camera up on today, and I've got it on fully automatic, so you should be all right. I've got the voice and the microphones perfectly set, but the sun went in. It was going to be a beautiful sundown at 7 o'clock, and the sun went down. So I was totally, I've got to get the guys out in the background now. So it was totally, I'm freezing now. Can you knit about another 10 of these for a scarf for me? So, ladles and jelly spoons, let's see what you guys are saying. We're going backwards. So, Chris Eiling, he says evening, and Michelle, he says it's sunny in Costa Adeje. I'm on Costa Adeje. It's a long coast, Costa Adeje. No, it's just gone down. We got some, I think it's about 3 clouds that are just about forcing us in. Care Studios, Ireland are not in Schengen area, so the 90 days does apply. Yeah, but it's only 90 days for non-Europeans. Yeah, you enter. You as a European, you can enter the Schengen zone as often as you like.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're right, you still have to enter the Schengen zone.
Yeah.
But if you have an Irish passport, like a German passport or an Italian passport, you don't have a problem with the 90 days. So it's only non-European passports that have the problem. Hi Tim and Adrian, how you doing? Says Eugene McGeever. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Hi Helen, okay, yeah. Care Studio, okay. Phil Woods, Tim, due in Thursday, what's the weather forecast ahead? The weather forecast ahead is there's going to be plenty of weather in the next few days, and here's a fog warning. And apart from that, it's going to be sunny and cloudy in the mid to low 20s, dipping down to around about 18 in the night, but you're in your beddy bow-buys then anyway, aren't you? So that's not going to be a problem. In the sun, it's really warm though, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you still need suntan cream?
Absolutely, yeah.
You still need sun cream. You still need sun cream. Marie says, had a good time. I met Andrew and Shelley and Kevin and Tim. We were lucky. Cool. They met everybody. I'll tell you who knocked at my door today. Ray Duffy from Leven. He says, I can't come tonight, Tim. But he rang the bell. He says, I'm sure you've told me that you're at number 19, he says. So he rang the bell. Well, he waited till a car went in, then snuck into the complex, and the snipers didn't get him. So then he came in and rang the bell, and he says, "Hey, who are you, Jimmy?" And I said, "Who's that?" And he says, "Who's that?" I said, "You rang the bell." He says, "But you don't sound like Timothy Dowd." And I says, "Well, I am Timothy Dowd." He said, "Well, you don't sound like him because you don't have your radio voice on." I said, "Because I'm on the intercom." I said, "Coming up." So we came up and had a chat. His missus was sat in the car. They don't have time. He says, "Sorry, I can't make it tonight. And I'm sorry I can't make it tomorrow. And we'll maybe see you before I go home." So, Ray, if you're watching, thanks for popping in. I'm sorry we didn't get to see. And as I said, if you want to come to meetup Wednesday, what is it called? Balcony Banter on Giuliani's channel, we've got a seat free at our house. So if you want to do that, let me know. The Iron Man Neil, Mike's a good Tim. Thank you so much. Mike's perfect, great. Willie. Here we go. It's Craig. David Battler's on. Okay. I think I've got most people there. 20 days and counting. Okay, we're busy, Lee, but who's Lee? Which one's Lee? Not Lee Davey. Oh, Lee and Deborah. Okay, the Pearson's Adventures. Okay. If you're not subscribed to the Pearson's Adventures, do yourself a favour and go and subscribe to them because they'll be over soon and they'll be doing a lot more of the stuff here. All right. And Harry's in the background. You don't want to be on it, do you, Harry? You don't want to be on the. Do you want to be on the film? That's what I thought. Yeah. Train robbers need not apply, right? Yeah. Old train robbers. Do me a favour, leave it out in the Queen Bam looking good for a years. Give me a pie of jelly deals and a pickled egg milkshake. Oh dear. Darren John is going on your channel. Is Darren John going on your channel? He's here on the island with a motorbike, but I've not talked to him yet. But I know that tonight he's with Rick and Shelley saying goodbye to their neighbourhood because they're moving on Wednesday, the 1st of March, and they're actually coming here.
Yeah,
they're coming here to Callao, Salvaje, yeah. And I don't know whether they've said where they're going. I don't want to out it in case they haven't said it, but they're coming near to me. So, and I talked to Rick on the weekend, and he said we'll definitely be going out for a pint. So I hope he's got short pockets and long arms.
Yeah.
So we'll be probably seeing a bit more of Rick and Shelley, especially if Shelley's going to be starting singing in the village. I don't know whether she does that.
Not sure.
Because there's only one.
Rick seems a really nice man.
Rick is a good lad. He's a used car salesman. What more do you want?
Yeah.
What more do you want? I don't know whether you are a used car salesman. I know you're a car salesman. I don't know whether it's used or not. He always calls me buddy or mate or pal. I think he's just he's forgotten my name. I don't know.
Well, quite possibly.
Paul. Hey, Paul. So, what are we doing? We're going to talk to Adrian again, and he's going to tell us where he went today. So here we go. There's Adrian. Oh, what's happened here? Hang on. Just a minute. I've got to bring this down. There you go.
There we are.
There we go.
Well, we've been quite busy today. We started off the morning by heading to one of my favourite places on the island, Garachico.
Oh, very nice.
Which is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, on a Monday, it's quite quiet. And
for those who don't know where Garachico is,
not a lot happening.
Can you tell us where it is?
Well, geographically, it sits heading towards the north of the island, on the coast. But it's absolutely beautiful. It's on a little volcanic plain. Traditional architecture, cobbled streets.
And it's famous because I think the lava flowed through the village and the church was saved or something.
Right, I'm not just 100% sure on the history of the whole place, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. We've been once before. We headed back. And,
is it a day out type of thing, or is it a morning out?
It's a morning or an afternoon out. I don't think you could spend the whole day there. There's lots of little tapas bars and there's a few pools, natural swimming pools, but unfortunately at this time of the year they're closed.
Right.
So I was slightly disappointed in that.
Well, the north coast is a little bit cooler than the south in the winter, isn't it?
Well, being Irish, I didn't have to break the ice to get in, so I'd have been quite happy. But one of the entertainers in the hotel the other night appeared with what I would describe as a winter coat, a scarf, and a hat. And she said that if the temperature got below 20 degrees, she considered it to be cold.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people wear long pants and
Yep.
long sleeve shirts and jackets and stuff. Even some of the guys here that have been here 20 years, I mean, you see the guys in the corner there, all wearing denim.
Yeah.
I think they're a bit old for denim, to tell you the truth, but there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, they say it's
When it gets to
your blood gets thinner, you know?
Well, when it gets to 16 at home, I'm looking for my shorts. So I'm thinking it's starting to get quite warm.
I don't own long pants.
No.
Look at them.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So did you go over El Tanque from here?
Over El Tanque.
Oh, so you didn't go all the way around the Santa Cruz and that?
No. Over
Cool.
El Tanque and in that way, and down some of those little wiggly roads that are quite interesting if you're not used to sitting on the wrong side of the car.
So from
or
El
the right side
Tanque
of the
now,
car, whichever.
have you got like a 2 and 1 lane going, have you? Coming from El Tanque, it's 1 lane going uphill and
That's
2
right.
lanes coming down, or is
Yeah.
it the other way around?
I think it's the other way around, actually.
It probably makes sense the other way around.
Yeah, it's the
doesn't
other
it?
way around. Yeah.
So coming this way from El Tanque, you've got 2 lanes going uphill, and then 1 lane coming back down.
But it's a beautiful little place. Lots of nice little quirky shops and tapas bars, and some of them are quite modern, some of them are more traditional. And Jane and I would seek out the more traditional Spanish places rather than, we tend to, if it says full English or pint for €1, we tend to avoid it with the plague, So we
I would just go for the full English with the Euro pints, right? And then just tell everybody I went for tapas.
and there's nothing wrong with that if that's your thing, but it's certainly not ours.
No. What I like is when I go somewhere and I try to, first of all, speak at least a few words in the language.
Yeah.
Then I ask for recommendations, and then I try everything. Monkey brain, sheep's ear, sheep's eyes, everything. I'll try anything once because I don't know I don't like it until I've had it in my mouth.
Well, that's it.
Actually, you can't say that these days, can you?
Well, yeah, I just have so.
But on another note, so try the food, live the life, drink the wine, and enjoy yourselves. But there's nothing wrong with going out and having a full English. Nothing wrong with it at all. So all those of you who come over and do full English, you go right ahead, my lovelies. Especially if you're in a hotel with the buffet. You can't go and say, oh, I'll have this yogurt, and no, I'll have that little bit of fish there, and then what else would you like? I'll have egg, bacon, sausage, beans, tomato, fried bread, and a cup of tea, please. So what is a Northern Irish breakfast? That's what I want to know.
Well, you could end up having a huge argument over that. You see, we've got to have some
let's do that.
potato bread.
Well, let's say what's common.
Beans certainly don't come into an Irish breakfast. No, there's no beans. Beans are not a thing.
Let's see what's in common, right?
Okay.
So fried egg.
Yes.
Okay. Or poached. Is it mostly fried?
Yeah, it would mostly be fried. Yeah.
What type of bacon is it? Is it like the big bacon or is it the streaky bacon?
Big bacon, the proper big bacon.
Proper bacon. Yeah.
At least 2 sausages.
At least 2 sausages with a bend.
No, not German sausages. No. Pork sausages normally.
Pork sausages.
Absolutely.
Is there black pudding, white pudding?
Black pudding would be the normal. Yeah.
Okay.
You would have potato bread.
Potato bread.
Yes, which you may not be aware of.
And
another thing called soda bread.
I've heard of soda bread. I've never heard of potato bread. But is it the same as the tatty scone in Scotland? Maybe.
Wouldn't be, no. No, it'd be slightly different. Jane will explain it to you there. She'll be the expert. Yeah.
Okay, so you got potato bread. So you got eggs, bacon, sausage, and tatty or potato bread.
Potato
right?
bread, yeah.
Beans, you said no way.
No.
Not even Heinz or anything like that.
No, beans don't. No.
Beans do not belong on a Northern Ireland breakfast. Okay.
Sorry? Mushrooms, yeah. Okay.
Mushrooms, grilled.
Oh, yeah, definitely grilled mushrooms.
Grilled mushrooms, okay. Egg, bacon, sausage,
Anything else?
Tomatoes?
No. Half a tomato. Forget about that.
No,
no
tomatoes. I've got to buy tomatoes tonight. Remind me to buy tomatoes. Remind me before I go
Anything
to buy
else,
tomatoes.
Did you think of? No hash browns. Oh, you might have actually deep fried bread.
Fried bread.
Fried bread in the deep
yeah,
fried fryer. Yeah, really healthy.
Oh yeah, it is.
You know,
Yeah.
for guys of our age, it's just a heart attack waiting to happen.
It's. I'd rather welcome the heart attack with a piece of fried bread than have it changing a tyre.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
My dad had his first heart attack changing a tyre. I said, "Well, you're a bloody idiot. You remember the AA?" He sent me a letter. He did. I was in Germany, right? And my dad had a heart attack. Survived, obviously. And but they didn't want to call me in case I got worried. So my mum wrote me a letter. So about a week later, I got a letter from my mum, sort of saying, "Hi Tim, how are you? Hope this letter finds you well. Dad's had a heart attack."
Yeah.
So I called her. I said, "Should I come home?" No, don't come home. He's
I had
all
a
right.
similar experience.
Yeah.
I had a similar experience with my father. He had a triple bypass at 53.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the first thing I knew about it, he'd had the operation done.
Oh right.
Yeah, so I wasn't.
Just in case he didn't make it.
I wasn't at home at the time, or it was away at work, and my parents just thought.
Are you a middle child by any chance?
No, I'm the youngest.
You're the youngest.
Of two, yeah.
You're the baby.
The baby, yeah, I'm the baby of two.
Oh my golly gosh.
I have a sister a few years older, a couple of years older.
Oh, so you are the middle child, just the one after you didn't come.
Yeah, if you want to look at it that way, yeah. My sister's retired,
middle child.
living life to the full. She worked for the health service for years. Retired on the Friday, took 2 weeks off, went back to work for the health service on the Monday. So she's now better off than she ever was because she's not only.
So she's retired, but she's like a freelance going back.
Exactly.
That's the best thing to do, isn't it?
And,
That is the best thing to do. I've just seen that Ray Duffy has just donated £5 to the Tim's Poor Beer Fund.
Happy days.
Thank you so much, Ray. And it was great to see you today. You know, after you left, I thought I didn't offer you a cup of tea or anything. And I didn't, yeah. So it was like in and out. But I definitely want to see you again. So either, if you don't want to go for a walk because of your legs, we can meet for a coffee if you like. Anytime between 9 and 10, either tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday morning. I think you're leaving Thursday night, I think. So if you do that, let me know. And the easiest way to get hold of me, obviously, is through email, like you've already done. Or you can go on and reply to any of these videos that I've done. Because every time somebody puts a comment on the video, I get notification. So it's public-like, so don't put things that you don't want to be public. But if you want to get hold of me and you can't get hold of me through my phone or my email or WhatsApp, then definitely do that, and I'll make an effort to get up in the morning and come say hello. So, yeah, thanks, Ray. Adrian, back to you, my friend.
Yeah.
You're another one that sought me out. I really do appreciate people who, because we really don't know each other from Adam, do we?
No.
But I think the community that we've built on this platform, I think that we've created friendships between people who've met on the channel that are forever, you know what I mean?
Well, I think we've met you once in the on Monday meetup, and then a few days later I shouted at you from the balcony of a hotel.
That's right, but I wasn't. but I didn't put the two and two together, you know.
That's right.
It's amazing.
You were on one of your walks. So this is the third time, I suppose the third time we've met as such in the past couple of years. As we've sort of spent more and more time on the island. But we're sort of trying to learn as much as possible about the place, and I suppose we're trying to make a decision whether is this where we want to spend our future. And it's probably looking more and more like that.
The two things you've got, there's actually three things you need to ask yourself, right? The first thing is, am I going to cut ties and move over not as a Spaniard, but move over 100% in the mind, right? If that's the case, then it's an easy transition. If you come over here and then say, this is better at home, or we don't do that at home, to have that mentality. If you do that one, then sometimes you're disappointed.
Yeah.
So you've got to make a decision whether you want to be sort of moving or not moving. So that's one thing. The second thing is if you move over here, you're not on holiday, right? So you've got to live your life as if you're not on holiday, but you can go out onto your balcony or into your backyard or whatever and enjoy the sun.
Yeah.
Right. So that's another thing. I mean, a lot of people can eat out every night and do eat out every night, but it takes away the special bit if you do that. You
Well,
know?
that's it, yeah. I mean,
So if you come over here, you got to pretend you're not on holiday.
we were in San Juan today, had a beer, had some tapas, you know, and realistically, it was, you know, it was pennies. It was really cheap.
You know, if
And again, it's where the Spanish go.
it's where the Spanish go, and there are like places, huts up in the mountains and stuff where you can really eat really well for no money. You know.
In fact, we went to that little Venezuelan place that you visited before.
The
That one. I can't pronounce it.
that kind of cacahuata or something.
Yeah,
isn't it?
that's it, yeah.
Just up the road from here.
Yes,
Yeah.
the other night, and you know, I treated myself to a steak.
Oh, it did?
It was €17.
Oh, well, that's not bad.
It's at home. At home, that would have been €30
Really.
at least. And it was
Well,
huge.
Little Germany does the steak as well, and they do the rump steak at 17, I think, or 16. They do the fillet steak at 18, and they do some tips, you know, like fillet tips and stuff. So I think that's a reasonable price for a steak.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, at home that would have been, you know, 30.
But you can actually, if you go and buy one at the supermarket, you're still paying $13, you know.
Yeah.
So they're not making a lot on it.
And at home, there'd be a surcharge of at least, you know, €5 or €6, maybe €10 on that. You know, so at home you'd be looking at this, the equivalent of what I had the other night would probably been at least maybe €30
Oh wow!
at a minimum.
You can do that here if you go to Steak 21 down the bottom.
Oh well, we have been, and we've been to Casanova when it was open.
Casanova that's the first time I had.
Well,
them.
if you've got a spare €2.1 million, it's for sale.
It is. Yeah. Oh, he said 1.5 to me.
Right?
Yeah, maybe I'm getting a discount.
There you are. Yeah.
So if you're gonna lend me 1.5 million, I'll go and buy Casanova for you, and you can come and have barbecue on the deck and swim in the pool.
We thought Casanova was a beautiful little place.
It is.
And I quite like the atmosphere up there. But unfortunately, we've never had the opportunity to stay there. And obviously, with it being up for sale now, we're not going to have that. But certainly, we've had the first time we went to Casanova, we met the staff were very, very well informed of all the products and everything. And we got into a discussion with one of the waitresses about wine from Tenerife. Now, I'm not a great connoisseur of wine. I either like it or I don't. Jane would like white wine, particularly Chardonnay. So we had a discussion with this Spanish waitress about, to be frank, Spanish wine not being that great. So she decided that she would prove us wrong. So she went and she brought several bottles from behind the bar and gave us a taste of them all. And we discovered one that we really liked.
Okay.
And then she had great pleasure in telling us that was a local wine made in Tenerife. So, out of curiosity, we actually did a bit of research. We found out that, and excuse my pronunciation, the vineyard was in Guimar.
Guimar's good enough.
Yeah. We looked it up on the internet, emailed the guy that owned the place, and arranged to go and view, go and have a visit. But little did we know that. We were the only two people to turn up. So we arrived on a Saturday morning about 11 o'clock at the arranged time. We sat about and nobody turned up. We decided we'd go into the village, have a coffee, come back up and see if anything was happening. About 11:30, this little guy turned up in a really old, battered Toyota Yaris. And he had holes in his jumper and a pair of jeans, and he got out and opened the gates, and he saw us sitting there in the car, and he thought, I wonder are these two people the people who have booked the tour? And strangely enough, he was the owner of the vineyard. He didn't speak much Spanish, or English, sorry, my apologies. He didn't speak much English, and our Spanish is... But we spent the rest of the afternoon there, and we didn't get out of the place until about 5 o'clock in the evening.
Well, if you're drinking wine, you don't have to speak a lot of Spanish.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Google Translate he fed us.
Okay.
He showed us around the entire place.
Otra copa de vino blanco, por favor.
So we actually had a fabulous afternoon. Just one of those things that off the cuff.
Do you know what the vineyard was called? You remember the vineyard?
Bodega Tempus.
Tempus. How do you spell that?
T-E-M-P-U-S.
T-E-M-P-U-S.
Yeah, Bodega Tempus.
So there's a recommendation for wines. Red wine, white wine?
Oh, they do both, but
Yeah.
the white you prefer, wouldn't
You
you?
prefer, you like the white?
They do moon wine.
Moon wines. Okay, I've seen those. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
those. Yeah, yeah.
That's from the cuisine.
Okay. Bodega Tempus in Guimar, in Santa Cruz de Tenerife. So you heard it here first. Go and buy it up.
Yeah, it's I wouldn't like to tell you how much we paid for a bottle of it in Stake 21. It wasn't. It was quite expensive.
Was it?
Yeah, but as you can imagine, when we bought some wholesale from the vineyard, it was
A little bit cheaper.
about €6 or €7 a bottle.
Was it? So 7 times 12. Was it a six crate? Was it?
No, we only bought some.
We bought half a dozen of them. Yeah,
Yeah, half a dozen, yeah.
Yeah, it was cheap. It was about
So
€6, €7 a bottle.
7's 40 something, isn't it?
Yeah.
So and you probably paid 40 something for one, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That's probably okay, you know. It's okay. Corkage.
It is what
Corkage.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. There was a question here, or not a question, but Denise was saying, we're living the dream, but miss our 2 lads. But they can come here and we have quality time together. So if you do have children or grandchildren, then, you know, it's like my daughter used to say, I'd rather visit you in Tenerife than in Wenzenbach.
Yeah.
Although Wenzenbach is very nice.
It's a part of Germany I've never been in.
In Bavaria. It's we were looking at it the other day, and I was sort of pining for German food and German beer, you know, because you can basically,
Schnitzel and
you know, it's there's some beautiful like the lamb in the balsamico sauce and the soft beef in it's in a vinegar sauce. It's called sauerbraten. And that is really good because it comes with this red cabbage and dumplings, and it's also the winter comfort food. I'm slavering here, don't you see it? I'm slavering here. So I did some beef the other weekend, and I did a moussaka yesterday, which Greek food in Germany is the best Greek food in Europe, I think, because they don't have the normal gyros that they've got in like America and Britain and stuff. This is the real sort of like carvy stuff, you know. So I think Greek food in Germany is pretty good, but I was pining for German food, so it's like comfort food. So I've got some Leberkäse, which is like a slab of hot dog sausage meat, and we have that with roast. Oh, I'm slurry now. Tonight we're having German as well. We're having Brotzeit. So I got some dark bread from Lidl, and we're doing tomato mozzarella. Remind me to buy the tomatoes. Tomato mozzarella, and I've got to get some basil from somewhere, but I don't know. I was growing it, but it died, so I've only got like 3 little things. So anyway, it doesn't matter. And what else we got? We got Streichwurst, which is like pate, and gherkins, and dark beer.
I like that.
Cool, yeah.
I like
So
pate and gherkins, sounds
black
good
bread,
to me.
yeah, and raw onions, raw pickled onions. So chopped it, put it in vinegar before you start doing anything, and 10 minutes later they're already done. Anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. Nick's not going to karaoke. Chris, how's your day been? Johnny Vlogger over when I'll be there. Have to walk with will be extra quiet. Tim, Johnny Vlogger is over when I'm there. We'll have to go for a walk. I will be extra quiet. Johnny contacted me yesterday, or was it this morning? And we're going to organise something. So Sarah, if you're there, let's see if we can get all together. Alan says, just had a look at the calendar, 10 weeks and we'll be there in Tenerife. Alan Fraser, cool dude. Nick Wiltshire's saying, do you watch Johnny Vlogger? He does karaoke live. I have watched Johnny Vlogger and I've actually sung on it. But the thing is, if you're on StreamYard, which is what he uses, the synchronization's terrible. So I'm singing behind the music. So everyone said, don't give up your day job. I won't give up my day job. Peter will miss you. Helen is middle. Hi Tim, remember brought you food and drinks, went for a walk, now forgotten. You're not forgotten, Helen. Come over any time. I think I remember sometimes you say something like, nobody reads my my things, but I read them all. I read them all. Sometimes I miss them. But Helen, no problem. Norgeti Spania, hi from cold Norway. Finally got to see her live. He goes, hey Roy, cool dude. And hi, Sarah's flying out on the 7th of May. And Dane Duffus is on. Good evening, Tim. How's your day been? My day has been terrible, but that's another story. Now I've got a couple of beers in me. I'm feeling a bit better. That's bad, though, isn't it? If you feel better after a couple of beers, that's bad. And Craig Lancaster says, coming out October, Tim, not staying in Los Chris or PDLA, having got extremely bored the past visits. So Costa Adeje it is. Maybe the Los Olivos. Oh, the Los Olivos. That's just up from the Winchester. That's very nice. I went past there the other day because somebody had asked me, and it's right in the thick of it. It's excellent. And here's Mary. Say hello, Mary. So if you come to town, go to the Monte Cristo. Mary's on 4 or 5 nights a week, and Tina's on the other 2 nights a week. If you come in the afternoon, it's probably Helen and David. So just come over. On Mondays and Fridays, they've got Sticky 13 and bingo and all that stuff. So, yeah, give them some love and tell them Tim sent you. What time is it now? It's only 18:31.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I've been talking for hours with this guy, and time's gone really slow. Angry Velo's on. Everyone feels better after a few beers. Yeah. Shane Michigan, evening grammar. Says it's Craig. Okay. So I'm going to, what was that? Oh yeah, Ray Duffy. I said thank you to Ray Duffy. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hand over to Adrian, and he's going to chat to you while I go and get him another beer. Do you want another beer? Are you driving?
Yeah, unfortunately.
One?
Yeah, one. Yeah, one will be fine.
Do you want another glass of wine? Wine?
We are, Tim. I'll go and get it. It's okay. I'll get it. It's fine.
Adrian's going to get them.
Yeah, I'll get the beers. Yeah, I'm on holiday. You live here. Right?
Adrian's going to get the beers. Maybe we can con Jane into coming and saying hello. On
They may do.
You may do. Can I have the...
Spin her on there.
just go inside and grab the magnet. Swing it past your pacemaker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. There we go. I'm going to come to you. So if we just sit really close together, we can both get in on it. And we can show the people the... maybe the what's it called as well? The clouds.
The clouds.
So
yes.
there is blue sky there.
Some blue sky, but not a lot.
Mm.
And the weather hasn't been particularly sunshiny
No,
for the past week.
it hasn't really, does it?
No.
But I
And
think
it is quite chilly in
if
the
you-
mornings.
But if you're like sort of lying down and wanting sun rays, it's probably not the time of year to come, is it?
Oh, it is.
It is?
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about getting so sunburnt
Oh, okay.
at this time of
Okay.
year. If you want to lie.
Understand.
But the other night, for the first time ever in the 30 years that I've been coming to Tenerife,
She hasn't been coming for 30 years. She's only
Yes, she
21
has.
anyway.
I saw all 3 islands.
Oh, you saw
El
them?
Hierro,
Yeah.
La Gomera and La Palma.
Yep. It was like on Friday or Saturday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And that's the first time ever, and I have
Wow.
looked nearly every night that I've been here.
Nice, super. I mean, you get to the stage where the weather turns, the dust drops out
Yeah.
of the air, and from points up on the motorway,
Yeah.
you can really see all 3 islands very, very clearly.
Well,
They're sort of like in purple, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
sort of like...
I'd never seen El Hierro before.
No?
No.
Cool.
And it was just, and Adrian was in the shower, and I shouted at him and said, "Oh, quick, come to the balcony, I can see." And I could see La Palma through the 2 towers of the Hard Rock.
A Hard Rock Hotel, yeah?
Yeah, I
Okay.
could just see it out there. And
Okay.
that's the first time ever.
Wow.
But then when I told the maitre d' downstairs in the morning, she said what the taxi driver said to me several years ago: when you can see all 3 islands,
It's bad weather.
there's going to be bad weather.
Yeah. Well, what they say, it's not going to be bad weather, I don't think. I think what it is when you can see all 3 islands, it's going to be cooler.
Yeah.
because the wind comes from a different direction.
Maybe.
As we see, we're getting wind from the south now,
Yeah.
which usually is warm this time of year. But if you go to, what's it called, Zoom, I always say this, go to zoom.earth, right? And that will give you
The wind direction.
not only the wind direction, but it'll also give you the rain as well, if there is any. So if we turn the wind on, wind. So now you can see the main wind is actually still coming from the north.
Yeah.
But because we're on an island with microclimates, the wind sort of does a shimmy shake around the corner here. So even though we're getting it from the south, the wind is, what do they call it? The trade wind.
Yeah.
Is coming from the north. And we are in an anticyclone at the moment. So that means, no, it's a cyclone, sorry, which is the high. So there's a high pressure above us and a low pressure over Spain. So that is bringing cold weather. Let me do this. That's bringing cold weather to us because of this one and this one. It's bringing the northerly wind down, but it hits us in the face from the south for some reason.
And for the first time ever, we came around the north of the island to come into land.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, because the wind had changed.
Because the wind had changed.
All right, okay.
And we came around the north of the island.
Uh-huh.
And we didn't come in between La Gomera and Tenerife to come into Tenerife Airport.
Uh-huh.
We went
Thank you so much.
around the north.
So you came in from the east.
Yes.
Okay, landed on the east first time. Cool. I'd like to say thank you to Roger Channing. Have another beer, Tim. Put your day right. Well, I've had two of him and one of you. I'm going to be drunk. Christina says don't come home drunk. So can I come to your hotel tonight?
Well, actually, there is a spare bed in our room.
So Adrian gets the spare bed then, huh? I'm a flirt, aren't I? I'm a flirt. See, at my age and my weight, you can be a flirt, you see, because they don't take you seriously anyway.
At my age and my weight, nobody takes you up on it anyway.
Oh, wow, oh, okay.
So,
She's looking. Ladles and jelly spoons. It is now 18:30. The time is going so slow
slowly,
today.
isn't it?
Yeah, usually I sat here and I'm going, woo, the hour's gone, but we're still so. So anyway, I recommend Zoom.earth to look at the wind and the rain and the weather.
Because most of the weather apps for Tenerife are rubbish. Because there's so many microclimates.
Exactly. Exactly. I've just got a message off David Ashworth. Are you around in the morning for a coffee or a beer? Las Americas, Cat TV. Looking around 11 a.m. I can't actually. Dave, I'll give you a call. If you're watching, I can usually get out the house early, or about between 8 and 9, but I've got to be back by 10:30 or 11 o'clock for Chris. So typically it'll be that. But I can meet you in the afternoon. And I don't think I'm doing anything tomorrow, apart from shopping and cooking. In fact, I don't have to cook out tomorrow because we're having the leftovers of the moussaka. So I could meet in the afternoon, but that would be around after 3:30. After 3:30. Right. So that's Dave. If you're watching, I'll answer you on there as well. What else am I doing? Craig is saying Kevin Lovett. How to play Sticky 13. Okay. And Paul Turner says, hi Tim, we just arrived in Las Americas. Shout out to Grandad Mark, please. Hello, Grandad Mark. Cool dude. Not very good weather in Italy. Oh dear. Kevin Lovett saying thanks. So I must have missed him. Evie Blue's on. Ray Duffy, ask Rick and Shelley about my song and dance last Friday in Dillon's, Tim. I will definitely do that. Kevin Lovett will look on YouTube for Sticky 30. Okay, got that. Zoom.earth, what Tim's on about. Thanks, Craig. Chris Eiling, Steve. It goes past so fast.
It does.
Vinny. Don't forget the tomatoes, basil, and a jacket. Exactly. Is
Or a
that?
jumper.
What is sticky 13? Okay. Did that one. Sarah Childs. End up Carnage doing a library Johnny vlog. Dane Doofus, how's your day? We did that one. Hi Sarah. Okay, well, I think we're caught up with those people. Arrived late to the stream. Do not worry. Do not worry, ladles and jelly spoons.
It's
Jane.
actually getting really cold now.
It is, isn't it? There you go.
So,
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Adrian and Jane for sponsoring tonight's drink.
I first came to Tenerife in 1987.
87.
87.
And where did
And
you stay?
there was nothing. I stayed in the Las Palmeras Hotel in Las Americas.
Okay, cool.
And
cool.
there was nothing past the big house monastery. None of
None of the Del Duca stuff.
None of the Del Duque stuff was built
Wow.
at that time.
Wow. That was 87, 30 years ago, is it?
Yeah, nearly 40 years.
Nearly 40 years ago, wow.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget, 50 years ago was, last year was the anniversary of the H10 casino, the Tenerife.
And you used to see the aeroplane with the casino on it flying around, and not at all now.
No.
Um,
They're saving money left, right and centre.
and now there's paragliders everywhere.
I know. I send my drone up to buzz them sometimes.
We had somebody staying in the hotel with us, and he flies his drone every morning.
Does he?
Yeah, to watch what people are eating for their breakfast.
That's not good. That's not good. Your drone laws here are you're not allowed to film or make people the subject of your movie.
Exactly.
You're not allowed to make the people the subject. You're not even allowed to fly over buildings if the buildings are the subject of your video. If the subject of your video is like La Gomera, you can fly over buildings to get to the shot, but you can't fly over buildings here. So basically, you just got to
This guy was
dob
this
him
guy
into
was,
the drone police.
This guy was hovering over the breakfast tables, and I came up the stairs, and here he was still flying his drone, and I said, "Oh, there he is!" So he put it away.
Right. Should just
He's probably seen that. Now.
wear a hat like that.
Yeah, well, I do wear a hat all the time.
And then when you see the drone, just do an odd job. Do you remember Odd Job?
Yeah,
From, was it Dr. No? No, was it Dr. No? Was Odd Job Dr. No? Tell me, leave me in the comments.
a James Bond aficionado.
Odd Job was
He was in a few. No, Odd Job was the guy with the hat.
the guy with the hat. He died in the one he was in, so he couldn't have been in a few of them.
I'm thinking of Joyce.
You wanted it twice, maybe? No, it was earlier than that. Anyway, I'm sure Craig will look it up now on Google.
Yeah, somebody will.
Odd Job. Download the Tenerife ABC app to see who's on where. Exactly right. Tomatoes Tim sells some on eBay, running short in the UK. I heard that. I mean, actually on Saturday when I went shopping, I was late actually. On Saturday when I went shopping, there was no cherry tomatoes left. Not one.
In
There was
Lidl?
in Mercadona, sorry.
Mercadona.
Yeah. And they had normal tomatoes on the vine and not on the vine, and pear tomatoes, but they had no cherry tomatoes whatsoever.
You only like cherry tomatoes.
They do a fantastic cherry tomato in Mercadona, where you can eat like toffees, but they haven't had them for 2 weeks now. Or they've had them, but they're gone by 8:30 in the morning.
They have, you can get cherry tomatoes that are like cherry plum tomatoes.
I've
And
had those as well. Yeah,
they're very nice.
You could have them on a mini English breakfast.
Not an Ulster fry.
An Ulster fry.
An Ulster fry.
I'll have an Ulster fry. No beans, no tomatoes.
None of that healthy things. Heart attack.
Goldfinger, everybody's saying it was in.
Was it Goldfinger? I thought it was. Goldfinger. No, I said Dr. No, didn't I? I was totally wrong. Goldfinger. Who sang Goldfinger?
James Shirley.
Shirley
Was
Bassey.
it Shirley, yes.
Shirley Bassey. Oh, God.
Shelley would have a good go with that.
Uh-huh. I karaoke'd Thunderball once and started in the wrong key, and it was terrible. These days of asking are all gone. His life goes on and on and on. He looks at the world and wants it all. Then he strikes like thunderball. I'll give up my day job now.
Shirley needs a sidekick.
It was Shirley Bassey.
Shirley Bassey, yeah.
That's
Oh
the good
my
thing
gosh.
about this. Everybody answers all your questions
It's
and all your
cool.
queries. It's quite
It is cool. You know, I think that everybody should have a YouTube channel. Everybody should have a YouTube-
I'm like quite converted.
We converted. You know, I think what it is you can sit here in the middle of nowhere, you can turn it on, and you can have 155 people watching, right?
Or 10.
Or 10. But the thing is, even though there are 155 people watching, it feels like 5.
Yeah.
You know, it feels intimate. And those people that don't comment, we love, you know, I mean, you don't have to comment to be part of it. You're part of it just by sitting here, you know, because not everybody talks when they're around a table in a pub, is it? Not everybody. So some people are there, and they're there just to drink.
I quite often watch Balcony Banter and Meetup Monday and don't comment.
You don't comment.
But
I think
sometimes that's because maybe it's my lack of self-confidence.
I appreciate what you're saying, and I think that if you were to comment, right, and not get an answer, sometimes that's like, oh, you know, like,
Well, it's not even not to get an answer, but it's for somebody to say, "How dare you say that?"
oh, okay.
You know, why did you say that? That's
Okay,
wrong.
okay.
I don't like confrontation. So,
No.
No.
The best way to be non-confrontational is to speak your mind and realize that what other people think of you is none of your business.
Yes, but that's very hard to do sometimes.
Dance like nobody's watching, sing like nobody's listening, and what other people think of you is none of your business, and then you're a happy man.
I would agree, but it's very hard to do.
Probably not a happy woman, though.
Well, he probably thinks I do dance like nobody's watching. There's one of the evening cleaning ladies who likes to dance.
While she's
No.
dusting. Okay.
Well, when she's supposed to be working.
Okay.
So she will come out and dance with me some nights
Very
in the
nice.
hotel.
Cool, dude. That
And
is work.
Elba, and we have known her for about 20 years. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you stay in the same hotel each time?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have now. We're quite
No, it's not sad at all.
We're very comfortable, Tim.
We only ever stayed at the Sheraton, ever. Never went anywhere else.
It feels like home.
Yeah, exactly.
If I could leave my suitcase in a cupboard, I'd be quite happy.
Exactly.
It really does. We're treated well.
Just tell everybody where you are again.
The Baja Principe.
And where is that?
Tenerife. There's 2 hotels. It's in Playa Paraiso.
Uh-huh.
It's they're 2 hotels together, one at right angles to the other, and they're all-inclusive hotels.
There's one at the bottom,
one
right?
that goes down towards the bottom, and there's one at the top, which is the Tenerife.
Which one's which?
The Tenerife one's at the top,
Right.
and the Costa Adeje
Costa
goes
Adeje.
down the side.
So the Bahia Principe, Costa Adeje, and
Is
the
down the
Bahia
side,
Principe, Tenerife.
Yes.
And they're about, would you say, about a kilometre away?
Yeah. about
1.5
that.
kilometres?
Yeah.
So it's in the same place as Hard Rock Hotel, but
And the
it's sort of
H10.
all the way around the other side.
Yes.
Yeah.
The staff, most of the staff have been there for about 20 years.
Were you there when I was a magician there?
No, we never actually saw you as a magician, but then we tend not to
Do the entertainment.
do the entertainment a lot.
I was in the Tenerife one doing table hopping one afternoon, and then I did a stage show
Down in the square.
in the square, and that bombed.
It's too big.
It's too big.
Yeah.
That bombed.
I can understand how
I
that.
was a bomb.
But
I can do. Hang on, here.
There's a guy and it always stays.
Do you want to see a trick?
Okay.
Undo those.
Spend my life doing this.
Right, so you got 3 pieces of rope. So give me the little one.
One small one.
There you go. Make sure I'm in shot.
Yeah.
When I was a little boy, all I had to do was cry, and they'd either change my pants or feed me. Sounds like a great idea, doesn't it? When I was a teenager, I had long greasy hair and no luck with the ladies. I've solved one of those problems. And I said, when I grow up to be an adult, I want to be a magician. They said you can't do both. But it doesn't matter if you're a little boy, or if you're a teenager, or you're grown up, you always feel about the same, don't you?
There we are.
You don't feel any different whatsoever.
No.
When you get older, you might get into a relationship, a long relationship.
Very long.
You might even get married. In English, that's called to tie the knot. But relationships don't last forever. And that's why you need your friends to bring you back into balance the way you used to be.
To be.
And when you been married for a long time, maybe the kids come along and life's whole again. Here's the kids coming along, and here's life being whole again. Until the kids are out of the house. Then it's rushing down towards what we call the midlife crisis. And you know what a midlife crisis is, don't you?
Yeah.
But with a little kiss, you can usually get it back together again. And when things end, there's always a new beginning. Until the bitter end, but that's real life. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Timothy Dowd, making the magic happen.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No, that's something new for you all this evening.
Ah, they've seen it before.
Have they?
They've also. In fact, I've got
I must have missed
152 people now, so maybe some of you not seen that before.
I haven't seen it before.
Another one? You want another one? What have we got? 53. Oh, we're nearly done. So let's do this one. These are the tarot cards. Yeah. These tarot cards are all different. Right. You're not allowed to shuffle tarot cards. You're not allowed to do this. You know.
Really?
No, you got to mix them. Right.
Okay.
We'll mix them like this. And you can cut them though. So cut the tarot cards onto this. So just cut as many as you like, put them down, right? And put the rest on top. I'll do it there. So the bottom card that you cut to, the one on the bottom, nobody knows what it is.
No, well.
Right, no.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Nobody can know what it is. When I turn round, I want you to pick all of them up and look at the bottom card,
Yeah.
right? And then put it close to your chest,
Yeah.
right? So I can't see it. Before we do that though, you've got to look at the colours and just make sure that you've got an imprint, a good imprint of the picture in your mind.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not looking. Let me know when it's hidden.
Do I just take the one card off the bottom and put
No.
it against my chest?
So take
Or
the whole lot and put it to your chest.
Okay.
So I can't see any of the cards. Okay, it's on your chest now,
Yep.
right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You're taking a look at it. I'm getting brown. I'm getting the colour brown. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
All right.
I'm getting the colour brown. I don't think there are people in the picture. But don't say anything. I don't think there are people in the picture. And if there were people in the picture, they'd be scared. Don't say anything. Is it like a hangman's noose? Is that the one?
Do you want me to say? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, it is.
Can you show the camera? It's that one. There you go. Wow. Now I want you to look at the card that you just did, and I don't want to see it. Okay.
Okay.
So I've got to be in the shot for this, right? So that they know I'm not doing something sneaky. What I want you to do is to just give me that card. Look at the next one. I'm getting a girl, a young girl, maybe in blue or pink, She's blue, in blue, blonde. In the background, two guys. One guy with a top hat, maybe. Has she got some wine on the floor? Is it temperance?
Yes.
Give me that one. This is a hard one. This is a hard one. It's blue. Female, the star? Is it the star?
Yes.
Oh, now we've got the guys again. We've got the top hat guys now. There's two of them now, red coats. Is it Judgment? I can't get this one, but I think it's a woman with a sword. The Empress. We've got to do this.
All right, sorry.
Oh. This is weird because there's lots of people in this picture and I'm getting mixed. Two kids, maybe a puppet master, skeleton. Is it the lovers?
Yeah.
Show the camera. One guy on his own, lots of books. The Hermit.
Yeah.
This is upside down. The Hangman. This is me. Card Shark and the Devil. We're going to finish it there.
Very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tim Down for Living with MS in Tenerife, making the magic happen. We're up to the hour now. I'm going to switch back to Adrian for 2 seconds. Jane, thank you so much for coming on.
No
I
problem.
really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the few minutes that you were here with the magic and stuff.
Absolutely.
And we really did enjoy your stories.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. You just need to hold that.
Yeah, no problem, Tim. Thank
And
you.
then we're going to move the camera back round to Adrian.
Yeah.
And then we're going to... oh, you got the wine. We got the wine. Let's undo this. There we go. So, Adrian, what's on the agenda tonight?
I'll just take it pretty easy. I think we'll go back to the hotel, maybe have something to eat. One of our friends that we met in the hotel many years ago, Janet, she's actually celebrating a big birthday tonight.
Okay, cool.
It's her 70th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, so probably have a few drinks with her to celebrate.
Uh-huh.
And we'll see how it goes from there.
Cool, dude.
Yeah.
So, ladles and jelly spoons. I'm just going to see what you guys were saying whilst I was showing off. I understand people not commenting on lots of vlogs. For example, MacMaster vlogs have so many comments you can't read them all exactly. Tim seems quite fair, thank you. Jane, so articulate. Adrian too. I from Dublin. Says David Butler. I stayed years ago in the Oasis Paraíso. Might have changed the name now and Playa Paraíso. I think it's still Oasis. Oh, it could be the Hard Rock now.
The Hard Rock.
Could be the Hard Rock now, yeah.
Remember, was it not
Residential
accommodation at one stage before
Yeah.
the Hard Rock?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Bit of string couldn't get served in a bar, so went outside and tied himself and stuffed up his edges. The barman said, "You are still a bit of string." "I'm afraid not," he says. Oh, there we go. Imagine case Christina's the distance on binoculars and texting Tim the card. Yeah, exactly. She's my stooge. Nick Wiltshire, Tim can predict the lottery numbers as well. I can. The lottery numbers for next week are up on again. I hope that the microphone's not gone out there. And don't forget the number as well. All right, team, everyone is great. Says Tina, David Butler by Albert Boulevard. Can predict my missus will have a headache later tonight. And Chris Allen says, hi, Tim. How are you? And Chris from Margate, we are fine, thank you. Chris is at home. I'm going to finish up now, so let me get you straight again. It's getting a bit nippy now, so I think we're going to move over into there to finish these drinks. But I've got to finish up now. Could you guys do me a favour and come and just stand either side of me?
Yep, certainly.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for watching tonight. We really did enjoy it. I'd like to thank Adrian and Jane for joining me. Webby was only going to come, but he didn't come. You know, Webby, where are you? It doesn't really matter. But don't forget, we got balcony banter on Wednesday on Giuliani's channel, and I'll be out and about again on Friday somewhere. So if you're on the island and you want to meet me up with me on Friday night, I'll drive to you and we'll do some interviews. So we'll see about that as well. Thanks to Adrian and Jane. Thanks to you guys. And Google thinks you might like this one next. And if you want to support the channel, you can support it down here. You can subscribe for free here, and I'll put the merchandise in the corner. This is Tim, Adrian and Jane for Living with MS in Tenerife signing off. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. 10,000, 9,000, 8,000, 7,000, 6,000.